Wow. This energy for April has been off the charts quantum speed. I feel like we're in a vortex of energy that is literally sucking us into the stratosphere of the next level, into our future. And we're trying to hold on to sometimes what it is that we have known or who we've been or the ways we've been handling things. And at the same token, we can see what's ahead. If we don't see it, we're starting to feel it. But this full moon energy coming up in Libra on April 16th is the gateway and the portal into the future of who it is we came here to be and what we came here to do. So stay tuned, because during this time frame of what I'm calling and seeing as a twin flame tower moment, it is going to be intense. It can be chaotic if we choose to see it that way. But I'm going to share with you 4 things that you can focus on that will help you stay grounded into your body and your being so you can go forward with grace. Hello, fellow flames. In case we haven't met, my name is Dr. Harmony, and I will help you live fearless, live loved, and live free. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know when all of my videos and content come live. I'm super excited to be here to share this space and energy with you during this magical month of April in 2022. It has been intense. It has been off the charts from a high frequency, the highest frequency we have seen to date. And that is partially because the collective energy is coming into this harmonic balance of the masculine and the feminine energies that's helping to restore that sense of instability that we have all been experiencing. However, now that we have the universe on our side and got our back, it is lifting us up, and you've heard me talk about this, it's lifting us into that quantum leap and into the next level. So what's happening is some people are fighting it and they're hanging on and they're holding on to the past. And if that's the case, because there's such a strong energy forcing you forward, because there's 2 opposing energies here in the astrological alignment that's causing a sense of collision and a sense of stress is the way I just see that. Like 2 opposing forces is creating this sense of coming in and creating pressure and pressurizing us to purge out what is not working. That way we can create the space and do such a quantum shift into the highest frequency and the vibration of our next level. And so during this time, we've had such a magical moon on April 1st of the new moon. And then we've had this conjunct between Jupiter and Neptune on April 12th that happens to be one of the luckiest days of this entire year, that's opening the portal of the new moon on the 30th of the solar eclipse that is coming up at the end of April. That is literally the representation. So there's going to be a lot of magical times during what could feel like chaotic energy. But if you really look at it the right way, you can turn that chaos into clarity, and you can then up-level who it is you came here to be. So I'm going to share with you those 4 ways that you can help harness this energy and go through it much easier. So before I jump into those 4 ways that can help you harness this energy and stay grounded and anchored, I want to thank everyone that has supported the Twin Flame Ascension Oracle card deck. It is up for a cover award, which stands for Coalition of Visionary Resources. It would be such an honor to receive an award for the deck for being a resource that I'm bringing into form here in this magical time as we recreate the new, which is what this energy is all about. But if you would please do me a favor, I'm going to leave links for you to be able to access the ballot in order to vote for this deck. And all of you that have purchased your deck, I would really love your feedback, and make sure to tag me on social media. There's a lot of feedback going around on Instagram and lots of things I'm posting there. So make sure to catch me over there. And thank you. So one of the first things you can do to be aware of this bandwidth of energy that's coming in through this opening portal to the new earth is the fact that all hidden feelings are being exposed. So if you've been working to connect to your emotional intelligence and you have been actively coming into the alignment of allowing yourself to see, feel, and heal emotions, you're probably ahead of the game. But I want to also say that in these things I'm going to share and in this energy, and that's why I called it a bandwidth of energy, you might be anywhere on this bandwidth, or they could be paralleling multidimensionally, or you might be hovering in and out of them, or you might be going through one or the other more than the other, or you might be in one place and then overnight, because of this energy, it might take you into another place that makes you feel like, wow, where did this come from? Because that's how intense this energy is. It's like a trash compactor that's really purging this dense energy that still remains inside of us. And more so than just the energy, the feelings that we feel as a human being, and remembering as a spirit, we came here to connect emotionally, to embody the higher frequencies that entails us being able to connect to ourselves and our body and our being in a way that we feel more. So this is why it's so important, because for us to tap into the higher realms and connect to the highest version of love, we have to feel more. And to feel more love, more passion, more sense of the higher frequency and the cosmic bliss, we have to tap into those lower frequencies and those depths of pain in order to have this dichotomy that is going to be present always. And this whole journey is about how we learn to see that, feel that, navigate it. So one of the things that I personally have been experiencing for a while, and I've been talking about it, and there's going to be more to come on this, but is burnout. We are so burnt out. If you're feeling this burnout energy, and most people are at this stage of the game feeling it from a stand of their body and in the physical state, and a lot of trauma that has been memory patterns within the DNA of our soul and our body, that is still, our nervous system is on overload to this higher frequency and all that we've been through. And not to mention, it is tapping into our metabolic states, and things are going on inside of our body through this alchemical changes of the cosmic connection to those frequencies and the crystalline DNA in our body that we're supporting more light. And that means through this process, as we have went up and connecting to this energy, and now we have crystallized with the energy. Now we're materializing into the physical form, and that is creating another sense of dive into our emotional state, our mental state, and again, our physical state. So thoughts and feelings may be coming up during this time for you to do another check-in, to really pay attention. So what I would say to that is, don't deny these thoughts. Don't deny these emotions, because when you resist them, they're going to persist. And if you can realize that the stress of this energy right now is only here like a diamond putting pressure on you. I always talk about this bow and arrow, where if you're drawing back that arrow on the bow, it might feel like you're going backwards, but you're really creating the momentum to fly forward faster. And so if you really can see that this is really just creating the fuel for your forward motion to move forward at that quantum leap, at the quantum level, in the quantum version of you, that will help you stop resisting the change that's taking place not only inside, but around you. So the second awareness that can help you stay grounded into this energy is to realize what is happening is you're bridging a gap. You're bridging the gap from the old paradigm to the new paradigm, the old version of you to the new version of you. And that is creating this sense of the pull from both sides. And that pull then is creating this sense of being pulled from both angles. It's creating at the fulcrum of that this energy that is this tension spot right in the center of the two places. And the tension is where that arrow is coming You're feeling the tension in here that is forcing you to feel those feelings that I mentioned. But it's an opportunity, if you choose to be present and to stay present in this space, in the tension, to use it as an opportunity to review the past and look at it as another opportunity to say, what is it I need to let go of? And right now, I mentioned this in my live I did last week. And I did the live because my mother's in the hospital and she's still in the hospital. And hopefully she's released tomorrow. And by the time this video comes out. However, I can see clearly for myself and everyone around me how these stories of our lives have played out. The stories of our twin flame journey have played out. And the stories we have programmed ourselves to keep us stuck in the sense of limitation and lack. And that doesn't exist in the new version of who we are. So we need to spend some time not only reviewing the past and seeing it with love and finding forgiveness for it, but we also need to then reflect on the new and allow ourselves to dream, allow ourselves to believe, allow ourselves to connect to this higher quantum version of ourselves, because that's how we're going to bring it into form. If we don't catch the wave of this energy that's right now, it will take longer to make that leap, and you're resisting something that's truly your destiny. So in this opportunity of your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and emotions, and then those actions that you need to be taking, it's a great opportunity to find the gratitude in the story, in the past, in the person, in the people, and the twin flame. And because I mentioned this, bridging this gap also where it comes to twin flames, as we're redefining relationships as we know, and it starts within us, but everything we've known the twin flame journey to be is also like this tower moment. The whole world is kind of crumbling, and this is the final part of this sense of getting the root out at the crumble, let's say the foundation. So let's just think of it as, a tower, and the tower's crumbled down, but we have the foundation. But our new, what we want to build new is not even the same blueprint of the old building. And so we try to build a house on that old foundation. It won't match and it won't be stable to the new foundation. So what we're doing in this is building new foundations of how we operate. And for me, that is how I go forward with my mission and in my relationships and with my mother and my family, in the new way that I handle things, the new way I see things, the new way that I take action for what's going on around me. And as I mentioned, I've got all these great things that are happening. My card deck's out. And again, thank you all for supporting it. And don't forget to, vote for that. It'd be amazing. And I'm getting so many reviews on it. I'm getting invitations for hosting. I have actually, I don't even know if I've announced this, but I have a virtual assistant that has started and is in training, and him and I start together next week. And then I have all these new programs that I've created and all this new content that I'm putting together for you guys. And my mother's been in the hospital, and I have a book writing project with a group of people that we've been working on these things. So if I really sit down and look at my to-do list, my eyeballs could be spinning in the back of my head backwards, and I would probably go into a convulsion, and the old me would have technically done that. So while on one dimension, it can feel overwhelming, on the other dimension, I realize totally that it's the opportunity for me to basically, on one end, it's like kind of getting your to-do list done, but on the other end, not allowing a to-do list to pull you out of alignment with the present moment of what needs you here and now. And in that, if you can stay, again, present, that's going to help you be able to go gracefully through this process. You'll be able to process the things and be able to shift the energy from the low frequency to the higher frequency as we alchemize this energy, bringing this gap together. And then you will find so much more gratitude. And then now you're receiving the gifts that you came here to experience in this greatness and abundant being that you came here to be. So the third and probably the most important thing you could do during this energy is surrender to this quantum leap. if you can just let go and go with the flow and glow with this flow, it will suck you into where you're going. And I think part of the fear in that is most people are asking and holding back and staying stuck in that gap because they're wondering, what is next? Where do I even start? And I will tell you, even today, making this video here for you, I was starting the Fresh Start plan, and I was working on a training protocol in order to share with my virtual assistant how to do the back end processes of that. And I was like, there is no way I can get it done even if I tried personally, much less take the time to train on it. And at the same time, I'm doing what I would normally do. And I still have to go see my mother today. And I have personally 4 different coaching processes that I'm in 4 different programs for my own coaching abilities and training for my next level. And that's not even counting my personal, well, some of it is personal, but that's not even counting my quantum image that you guys have started watching me work towards and my next level of me physically. And so, every once in a while, as I told you, I feel this sense of and don't even know if overwhelm is the word, because overwhelm for me would be a sense of getting super anxious about it. And honestly, I don't feel anxious about it more so than I feel this sense of pause. And when I say pause, it's almost okay, instead of forcing myself to go through it like I used to, it's the power in the pause is a redirect and a course correct of my direction. And I did that today when it came to, I was going to do my next recording for the Fresh Start, and I realized I can't get that done. And then I realized, I don't need to do that anyway because we have the full moon here that I need to share. And so by me redirecting the energy, it alchemized any sense of push or any sense of being stressed about trying to get that project done in time to get it posted for you guys to watch. So be sure to surrender to what's in front of you and to know that if you stay present, and you may not fully know what's next, but it's knowing what you need to do here. And especially when it feels like the whole world is just twirling around you. Because technically what I'm finding, even with my taxes being due this week, and I had COVID last year, I'm finding that I'm in a position to work less and make more. And I'm still trying to kind of think that I got to work as hard to keep that moving. And now it's actually the reverse. The less I do, the more I surrender, the more help and assistance I receive, which, by the way, thank my beloved Julian. He's been like the wind beneath my wings to help me go through this personally and to help me do these processes that we're doing to help build this foundation, not just for our individual selves, but for our own relationship, but even for this mission of him being and helping me with my mission while he's kind of learning more about what his mission is. And then we have a joint mission, and all of these things are unfolding. And while we see and feel them and we can see really what is next, it's a matter of the process unfolding and staying here and doing what needs to do in front of you. And I have to say, about that, as I say that, we have the Ignite Abundance retreat coming up in Sedona in October. And so I'd like for you to check that out. If all of these things are things you're going through, that retreat is exactly the whole concept that this energy represents. And the whole concept I've been teaching is about how we can tap into that highest quantum version of ourselves and become that in this state and in this reality, and do it from a place of integration, crystallization in the DNA, and being able to materialize our desires and dreams into our reality so that we can transcend these limitations and step into a sense of a higher quantum belief system within ourselves. and release these things that are blocking us from tapping into our greatest abundant potential of who it is we are, so that we can go forward in a state of being less resistant and stay free and flowing and flexible and fluid and fun, so that we are bringing more balance to our brains and our breath and our body and our being, and we're coming into this homeostasis of oneness. So again, check that out in the link below, because we would love to see you in Sedona. Okay, so here is the fourth area of this bandwidth that we're all trying to achieve, and that is cosmic bliss. And so during this energy, a downpour, an influx of this cosmic bliss is coming in from the heavens for us to be able to embody and embrace that, to bring it into form so that we can experience the peace that we desire, the purpose that we want to connect to, and do it with a sense of passion so we can be prosperous beings and start making meaningful money and not have to work so dang hard, and learn how to play and have fun and do this in a state of positivity. Now, I will be the first to tell you that sounds ideal, and we think of, oh, I'm going to reach this cosmic state of being and I'm going to live in a state of bliss and I'm going to eat, like, I don't even know what's coming through. Like, I was going to say bonbons and, watch fairy tales or something. And I always say this is coming through, so I have to share this. So like, I see it from a state of fairyland, and, people do psychedelics, or they do ayahuasca to go deep, and psychedelics to kind of connect to the cosmos. For me, I'm always saying I don't need any of that, because I do all of that in my own state of being every day. So on that bandwidth, going from that really chaotic energy that's going to tap you into those emotions, you have to hit those deep sides of yourself to come into this heavenly state and connect to this more cosmic, quantumly cosmic side of yourself from a state of this higher being. It is the bandwidth. And then I said you got the gap in the middle that you're trying to pull this together. But to do that, pull that together, you're needing to surrender to the process. And in the state of surrender is where magic happens. The alchemy that we've all been taught for a while now, the alchemy of ascension, the alchemy of this twin flame journey, and that is us alchemizing our love for ourselves from a lack of being worthy to experience love into I am more than enough to experience this love. And that's where, if you haven't watched my self-love makeover series, and then I started also with that a vlog that I'm doing for my own self-love makeover journey, make sure to check that out. And stay tuned for my fresh start, because my fresh start, that should it be present, or should it be the perfect timing, it will start next week, next Thursday. So, I do weekly videos, but it will start on next Thursday, where I will be sharing with you basically this idea of how to rebuild from the ground up on a new solid foundation, and giving yourself permission to move forward. So you can stop feeling stuck and stop feeling a sense of this lack and limitation, and you can fully embrace and embody the abundant being that you came here to be. And I send you guys so much love. Please let me know how this energy is affecting you. And don't forget to like, comment, and share the shine, and let me know where you're at in this journey. But also to vote for my Twin Flame Ascension Oracle deck on the cover award nomination that I received. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you all for your love and all the comment and the feedback that I've gotten from all of you. I will see you next time, and may you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Namaste.